It's time for my super serious review of the Dinosaur game. First, we're going to look at the user interface. So here we are at the user interface here. This is the main menu, and the only menu for that matter. And you have to say that it looks very, very user-friendly, and you really cannot get lost on this sort of a game. One of the best out of 10. Next, we're going to look at the graphics. It's not the best. Out of 10. Next, we're going to look at playability. I mean, it's a very simple game with a very simple objective, and if you don't get it, then you're either on the older side of dead, or the younger side of a newborn baby. I can't be bothered to transcribe everything I've just said. Out of 10. Next, we're going to look at an extremely important topic: controls. Out of 47. Next, we're going to look at something which can make or break a game. We're looking at sounds. Arcade nostalgia, out of 9,472. Next, we're going to look at something very important in today's day and age: online multiplayer. Well, considering this game requires you to be disconnected from the internet in order to play it, it's wishful thinking, hoping that there will be an online multiplayer function. Thus, my rating for the online multiplayer is as follows. Hang on, let me just get it up here. Ah yes, Lost Hope and Crushed Dreams. Out of, whatever number. It doesn't really matter at this stage, does it? Next, we're going to look at probably the most important factor in all of this: cost. This game costs a grand total of €0. That is the equivalent to $0 or £0 sterling. The only thing that it costs you is your time, which is only bad value for money if your time is worth less than nothing. Next, we will look at the make or break point for this game: its gameplay. I was doing so well! I pressed space! I pressed the space bar, and it didn't work. It has one job as a game. It's always the 3 cacti. Always the 3 cacti that get me. It's literally caught his foot. It has caught his foot and nothing else. He's not even making contact with the pixels. I mean, come on. I pressed the space bar and it didn't work, and he's just run face first into a prickly boy. I give up. I give up. I am so done. So done. It's a very relaxing game, actually. So now that I've highlighted to you the pros and cons of the Dinosaur game, it is time for me to give my final review of the game. In my opinion, the game is absolutely enraging. It is completely pointless, and I never ever want to play anything like this ever again, because it makes you so agitated for absolutely no reason. You can't even beat the game. You can't beat the game. You just end up flying into cacti at 600 miles an hour every single time until you eventually just turn off your computer, or Android device, or iOS device. Why have I spent 3 hours editing this video? And, well, the bigger question is, why have you spent just over 5 minutes watching it? How you haven't clicked off yet, I do not know, and I never will, to be honest with you. Thank whichever deity you believe in that the video's over, that's all I can say. It's all fun and games. Just remember that, folks. All fun and games. I mean, literally as well, as game. Haha. Oh, I'm so unfunny.